I'm Ray.
I'm Candace.
Welcome to Unpacking Coffee this week.
Tim Windelboe from Oslo.
Look out, look out, look out, look out. It's Tim Windelboe, Windelboe. It's Tim Windelboe, Windelboe. Look out. Look out.
So, do you remember the first time we saw Tim in action?
It was at the SCAA at the time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Back in the old days where it was a double A. And he was at a booth and there were just crowds of people around. And I remember thinking, like, who is this rock star?
He seemed nice. He was making some self-deprecating jokes.
Yes. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Tim Windelboe and I'm a Norwegian barista. I was a World Barista Champion in 2004. I am owning a coffee shop in Oslo, Norway, where we also roast coffee, we import coffee. I also have a coffee farm in Colombia, which is called Finca El Suelo. And I've also written a couple of books on coffee in the past.
Tim Windelboe was originally known as a World Barista Champion, but in
2004.
Right. In 2007, he started his own roastery named, appropriately, Tim Windelboe.
So he started this roastery after he'd been a barista for 9 years.
Yeah.
I decided to move on and quit Stocklets, and then I opened my own store and roastery in 2007, so 10 years ago. We've been up and running.
Did you know, Candace, that Norway is the second largest drinker of coffee per capita in the world?
Second only to Finland.
That's right.
Most people drink coffee in the office and also at home. Coffee is free always in the office, and it's kind of the only drink that you ask people if they want, if they come visit you. You always ask if you want a cup of coffee.
In 2012, Candace, he bought a farm.
What kind of farm, Ray?
I assume coffee?
Now, the reason why I started getting interested in owning my own farm is because I've been traveling a lot for the last 10 years to visit farmers that I've been working with, the same farmers every year, and trying to improve their quality. And it was kind of a natural thing when I started roasting my own coffee. I early understood that it doesn't really matter how much we do trials and errors and test and try to improve our roasting technique if the ingredients aren't good. So if you start off with poor ingredients or old coffee or something, it doesn't really matter what you do with the roaster, the coffee is never going to taste good. So that's why I started traveling more to origin to help the farmers improve the quality and also develop the qualities that I want to drink and I want to buy. And that sort of led to me finally purchasing some land in Colombia. I bought it from a farmer that I've been working with since 2012. And the reason why I did it was because I'm slowly starting to believe that there has to be a different way of growing coffee in order to improve the quality without using so much pesticides and fungicides and chemicals, because I don't believe that's very sustainable. So after I bought the land, I ended up taking some soil biology classes with Dr. Elaine Ingham, and that's the kind of techniques that I'm going to test out on the farm and try to prove to the world that we can grow better and more coffee by using no chemicals or mineral fertilizers. So by only using compost teas and extracts and so on.
He also talked to us about not only is he trying to produce better tasting organic coffee, but he told us a bit about how to improve your own ability to taste coffee.
Well, it's not that difficult actually to learn how to taste anything. I would basically recommend that you start by buying 2 or 3 different coffees that are very different, not 3 different Kenyan coffees, but maybe one Kenyan coffee, a Brazilian coffee, and maybe an Ethiopian coffee. And then you can brew them on a French press or a V60 or whatever, side by side, and taste them side by side. It's much easier to taste or be able to describe flavors when you have something to compare to. It also helps to go to public cuppings on coffee shops or attend any cupping events and tasting coffees with the coffee professionals that are used to tasting coffees and discussing the coffees afterwards.
Tim Windelboe, the roastery, is the roaster in residence at Lamarzoco right now. And there's something else happening that's pretty exciting. So Lamarzoco just introduced a home espresso subscription program. And Tim is the first coffee that's going out. So I believe you have 2 days. How many days are in March? Can we say that we're pretty excited about this program? Can we?
Yeah,
do a
actually, we
little-
at Need More Designs built this website and feature for Lamarzoco Home.
And we made the badge / identity, took the photos. This is so exciting. This was a really amazing project to be a part of, and it's really exciting.
So the service we will be doing at the Lamarzoco Cafe in Seattle will be quite similar to what we're doing in Norway. We don't do any food or anything in our cafe, so all the focus will be on the coffee itself. So we will have 2 different espressos, one more sweet and less acidic coffee from Colombia, from Finca Tamana, and then we will have Ethiopian washed Sidamo coffee from Hunkutu Cooperative. That's more floral and quite bright and acidic and very citric. We will also do only AeroPress coffees for the black coffee serving. And there will be a coffee menu, so you can choose from different coffees. I think we'll have 4 coffees on the menu that has very different tastes. We'll also have a AeroPress tasting flight, so you can come with a friend and buy a taste flight, and you'll be able to taste 4 coffees made on the AeroPress and have a good explanation from the baristas what to look for when you taste them and so on. Of course, we'll do all the lattes and cappuccino drinks, but we'll do them in the format that we actually do in Norway. So with whole milk only, organic whole milk, and served in small glasses, not in the huge buckets that you can find somewhere in the US. So 8 ounce is our largest size actually, and that's our latte. And you might ask, why do you do the small sizes? Well, we want the milk drinks to actually taste coffee. So the less milk you have, the more coffee you're gonna taste.
Tim Windelboe Coffee of Oslo, Norway.